When most kids were thinking about being a bus driver, a race car driver, or an astronaut, I wanted to be a centaur. Let's draw one.
Well, hello and welcome back. Today we've got a combination of a request from Natalie for a centaur. Not an easy job, I might say. A centaur. And the Inktober word is beast, so good combination there. So, for those who don't know what a centaur is, and there might be one or two, a centaur is half man and half horse. It's kind of one of those mythical beasts you might have seen in one of those Harryhausen movies, like a kind of Lord of the Rings type of thing. I can't remember the name of it. Jason and the Argonauts. Of course, it's Jason and the Argonauts, where he's up fighting monsters, and Clash of the Titans is another one. The original one where it's actual moving kind of puppets. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And there's a Minotaur in there, and I loved all that as a kid. I absolutely loved it. It was like, I would love to have been a Minotaur or a Centaur or something like that, you know. So, today we're going to attempt to draw one. I say attempt because you have to be able to draw a man and you have to be able to draw a horse. And then somehow, with the magic of the ink, we have to combine them. So, right, so I need an extra cup of coffee this morning. Right, put that to the side. And we shall get going. We shall start with I don't know, I kind of like that nib yesterday, the one that we were using, the one that I bought in Brighton. It's kind of a flexi nib, but it's got a real beautiful flow to it. So, let's start. Let's get in there. Not quite sure where to even start with a centaur. Is it easier to start with the man or start with the horse or start with the join? Let's start with the join. Great start. I'm just going to start off here with the back of the horse. Just the reason for starting with the back of the horse is the back of the horse is basically the join between the two. So it'll give me a lot of confidence in then knowing where everything is going to be. I mean, it's a little bit dangerous because my hand's going to be over the top of it drawing. But it'll give me a little bit more of a structure of where the man is going to be and where the horse is going to be. And it should make things a tad easier. So, just checking my cameras are working. My cameras have been driving me mad at the moment. So, let's start up here somewhere. Let's get rid of that little lump. And we need to try and have some kind of confident, happy man. I usually feel that, you know, if you were half man and half horse, you'd be very confident, wouldn't you? So let's give him a very kind of confident type face. Let's give him a nice big kind of rugby players type nose, you know. No one's going to be messing with this guy today. Let's give him a very kind of confident eyebrow. He knows all the girls are looking at him. And let's hope some of you girls today like him. Let's hope some of you think, wow, what a handsome beast he is. So I need to get a really confident smile going in there, don't I? And I don't quite know why, but a lot of the centaurs and stuff like that used to have like very big beards and lots of long flowing locks. So once this kind of dries down a bit, I will attempt to go in and give him a beard and some locks. Let's give him a very, very, very dominant, happy smile. Now, as I've been saying in my kind of lessons of drawing and well, not so much lessons, but more kind of guidance of any sort, it's basically, let's just tilt that lamp a little bit, trying just to concentrate on the face at the moment. I'm not worried about the horse, I'm not thinking about the horse, I'm just thinking about this handsome chap that's coming on here. And this is what we're only thinking about. We're only thinking about this handsome chap at the moment. And just think about each individual thing as you're going. Don't think about all the worries, you know. If I was to sit here and think about, oh my God, I've got to draw a horse body in a minute, and how am I going to connect this, and how am I going to do, you know, I'd be in the garden crying or something, you know. So just enjoy it. We're enjoying his face at the moment. We're enjoying thinking about giving him a big beard and his confidence. Ears, his lovely big ears. And that's how I like to approach a drawing. I like to approach it in a way that I'm going to enjoy it, you know. And hopefully by me enjoying it, you'll enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, tell me. Okay, so that's his kind of confident smile that we've got going on there. He looks quite a dapper chappy, doesn't he? Right. Right. I've got this idea. I've got this idea of giving him like red hair. And I think it might just give him a little bit more of a kind of a lovely kind of feel to him. Let's get in there and do some red. And I want to kind of draw this in a way that it's, and this is a message too, that I'm going to be using this ink for the people that always ask. That's the ink that I'm going to be drawing the red hair with. It's by a company called Liquid Draw. Okay, Liquid Draw. Now, a little message for you at Liquid Draw. When you draw a beautiful little pot like this and you make such a small hole at the top, how am I supposed to get my pen in? Look. How am I supposed to reach the ink? Ridiculous. Obviously, the people that designed that jar don't draw. I've got to kind of, my God, you know. Beautiful ink, and then you put it into such a stupid jar that you've got to tip the pot to kind of get to the ink. Please redesign your pots. Think about people like me that are drawing and using your lovely inks that will never go back and buy your ink. I won't buy your ink again. Not with a pot like that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's today's complaint out of the way. It's good to have a complaint now and again, isn't it? I get too excited by all these inks and if you do redesign your jar of ink, Liquid Draw, send me a couple of jars and I will test them out for free. I will. And I look at this. I've got to tip the jar. Oh man, I nearly tipped it all out then. See, that's what's going to happen, liquid draw. Lovely. Again, a beautiful ink. You know, if you can get the damn stuff out of the jar. I mean, who does stuff like that, you know? Surely there's some kind of team of people saying, and we just designed this beautiful new jar. Derek, come here, will you? Please try out our jar for us. Or something like that, really. I mean, you don't just stick it in a jar that you can't get your pen in. That's ridiculous. Or as Scooby-Doo would say, it's ridiculous. Was it Scooby-Doo? That's ridiculous. Who said that? If it's not Scooby-Doo, tell me who said it. Ridiculous. Now he looks so cool. I love it already. He's almost kind of got like the way they draw Irish people, you know, it's like red hair and whatever. So he's an Irish centaur. That's what we're drawing today. Oh, that is really cool. Actually, I'm really glad I did the red hair on this. In fact, I think I'm going to give him a little bit of a flowing locks, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with the arms yet. What are you doing with the arms, Kieron? I don't know. But there you are. It's like... Oh, that's cool. Right, let's put that onto the side until I might come back to that and do some flowing locks once I know where the arms are. So I'll just wipe that nib down, put it up there so I know where my pen is going to be. Back to our black Indian ink. I love Indian ink. And I'm going to just bring his arm up here. I've got this kind of idea that he's some kind of warrior. In fact, just looking at that and thinking, should I have done the bottom of the horse a little bit bigger? But stop looking at the bottom. See, that's when you start going wrong. You start doing stuff like that. So don't follow my example, okay? Do not start thinking about the rest of your drawing. You're just concentrating on drawing these big gnarly fingers, and maybe he's got an arrow in his hand. So he's got an arrow in this hand, he'll have a bow in the other hand. That's his big chunky fingers there, holding on to this arrow that he's obviously going to cause some trouble with. There it is, coming down there. Cool. That's really starting to feel, that's starting to feel really nice. Right. Let's give him some kind of chest muscles. Maybe even the beginnings of a six-pack, maybe. Let's just mark that in, because he's a tough. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I hope you're enjoying this, Natalie. Right, I got too many pens down here at the base, starting to drive me mad. Every time I move my arm, it's starting to rattle. See, I shouldn't be talking like that when I'm doing these videos. I should be talking about, well, blah 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 blah. When I use my ink, I splash it on with delicacy and all that kind of rubbish, you know. But I know, it's just, I just like to chat real life stuff as real life stuff is happening around me. Again, thank you for all the comments. The comments have been just so cool. Did I tell you that somebody said that I was like the Bob Ross of ink? I thought that was such a cool thing to say. I was like, the Bob Ross of ink. Wow, thank you very much for that. Right. Well, that's coming on quite nice. Now I can see there, once I get on with that, I'll go back and I'll put some more hair coming down his back and stuff like that, just to kind of might even put a few hairs on his chest there, just to give him a kind of a real kind of tough feeling. I love the fact that I've chosen that kind of that red to kind of get in there. Well, I don't know if you can hear, but the rain is hammering down on the windows. Absolutely hammering down. Right, so I need to be a little bit careful here because I've got to draw a bow in here somewhere. The bow will be in his hand, yeah. Let's put the bow. Get a nice kind of elaborate kind of bow. Does any of you others out there used to watch all those Jason and the Argonauts and Clash of the Titans and stuff like that? Lovely. I like that. Just trying to draw a bow that kind of fits into that kind of period of time, you know. Back in the day when we used to make things that were beautiful to look at. I think it's strange, isn't it, that back in those days we seemed to make things that were so beautiful to look at. Okay, so. Oh, you know, I was just thinking, oh, got to be careful with the bow because I've got to put the horse's head in. This one doesn't have a head, so we're cool. Lovely. I'm really enjoying this. And like I said, this nib, this one that I bought in Brighton, this kind of flexi nib is very nice. You know, I usually don't really get on with flexi nibs that well. I usually break them every 5 seconds. But particularly this one has actually come up so lovely. I think nowadays when they've redone like Clash of the Titans and stuff like that, they've done it mostly with effects, and I kind of feel like it loses a lot of the kind of character out of everything. When you go back to some of the older ones, although the kind of effects of it are not so kind of striking and dynamic, but there is a lovely kind of realism to it, you know. Alright, I'm just going to go back. Oh no, the ink's too wet. Let's not do that. Right, so that's that the back of the horse is probably right, you know. I think that actually works out quite fine, I think. Yeah, nice kind of. Oh yeah, it's nice. I can almost feel that coming. So the body of the horse is coming round there. The legs, now what am I going to do with the legs? Is that leg going to be out? That's going to be bent? Maybe something like that. Let's get in there and do that. Cool. Starting to get into the construction here of the actual horse, and see that's the part that bends that way. Then you've got another big kind of knuckle here, I believe. Cool. That's one of the legs kicking forward. So today's word on the Inktober is beast. And I think it's getting to the part now with Inktober is you can kind of guess that there's going to be lots of big airy monsters, and that's why I thought today by this kind of request of drawing a centaur would be a beautiful kind of replacement almost for that usual beast, and I thought it's a cool idea. So let's get that back leg coming up there. Such a beautiful, I wish there were things like centaurs and stuff like that in the world, you know. Mind you, it would probably give somebody some kind of reason to fight with them, or seems like everybody has a reason to fight with everybody these days. Drawing the hoof. Just putting a highlight on there just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. Now as you're looking at these drawings, remember that there is no planning. There is no rough drawing for it. There is no pre-drawings for it. It's just me sitting down and drawing these things. So I would really like to stress the fact that this is just coming from my head. Okay? It's just about me drawing it as I feel it, you know. And that's kind of part of the beauty of this, is that I kind of feel like I'm drawing it and I'm feeling it, you know. I'm not really planning out what type of pose the horse is doing, or just kind of feel it as I go. Or like, I just thought up about the red. I just saw a jar of red over there and I was like, oh! What a beautiful, beautiful idea to do this, really. And it's sometimes really nice when you've got a challenge, you know. Sometimes it pushes you a little bit more. And I love that. I love the idea that he's kind of I'm kind of working on the idea of what would a horse look like with a man's body, and you know, it's quite a challenge, you know. And a challenge is sometimes the things that really push you forward. And then once you've done it, you think, well, you know, I could draw a whole page full of them. Once you've done one, all comes to you. That's what I was saying about drawing these circles and drawing these shapes and building up all these kind of feelings. You will get to a point where it's just building up slow bits of confidence. Once you've drawn a centaur, well, I could draw 1,000 of them, you know. It's like, what's the big deal? But before, it's like, oh my God, what, a centaur? What? How am I going to do? You know? Let's get some clouds on there. Let's get the feeling that it's like almost like godlike almost. I like that idea. Don't forget, I've also got a shop. I've got some prints over in the shop. Please go and have a look. Even if you just have a look, just, you know, by people having a look, it actually just kind of builds up the numbers and says, oh, you've been a good boy this month, you know. Right, so you're starting to see there's starting to be a little bit of a lax on that nib. And that's what my grievance with a lot of these kind of flexi nibs is, that once you kind of used it a little bit, once you've worked on it a little bit, once you kind of get to the point where it's being pushed, it's being pushed, it's being pushed. Maybe I'm pushing too hard, you know, I mean, that's kind of, well, I guess I do push very hard, but then the nig, the kind of flexibility starts to wear out a little bit. And that's always been a little bit of a grievance with right, the back leg. Let's give it a nice kind of elegant kick out on that leg. Yeah, it's working. It worked. It worked, Natalie. It worked. And please subscribe as well, because, you know, every little bit of your support helps. You know, if you like the drawings, if you like the chat and the styles, let me know. It's like, it means a lot to me. You know, I do sit at night and I read through all the comments. I read through every comment you guys give me. You know, I have to change my glasses, but these days I need some reading glasses. Only like 2 weeks ago I got reading glasses, but I put on my reading glasses and I read all your comments. Every single comment you send me, I read them through. And so far, I think I've replied to every single one. Even the bizarrely weird ones I've written back to. That's lovely. I'm very pleased with that. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what a centaur looks like. I think I might just follow that down as well. That looks like a really happy horse, doesn't it? It's almost like he's dancing over the clouds, you know? You know, I wonder, like, back in the days of, like, people like Rembrandt and stuff like that, I wonder if there was things like YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that back in those days, would they have done these videos like this? You know, would they have done these kind of open videos and said, "Hey, come and watch my new painting. I'm going to be painting the Mona Lisa today." It's like, "Oh, who's she?" Well, you know, not that Rembrandt painted the Mona Lisa, but you know what I mean. Van Gogh would have done it, or Leonardo da Vinci. Lovely. Right, so before I go too carried away with my clouds, which I really I really like that. I'm gonna get in there and do some more of your man's curly hair with this weird liquid draw on your silly little pot. But beautiful ink, beautiful ink, but stupid ass bloody bottle. And if Liquid Draw are listening, please think about it. You know, it's a lovely ink, but I can't get look. And it just puts people off buying it. You know, it's like makes you think that you don't care about us artists. There's his lovely ginger gold flowing locks. Look at that. I'm trying to dip this pen in without touching my without it being over my drawing, just in case I do a big blob on it. And I like this one. Wow, the wind's really picking up out there as well. In this lovely English weather that we are having at the moment. Storms and floods and everything everywhere. What's the weather like where you are? Huh? Tell me. Don't make me too jealous though. Don't tell me it's like hot and sunny and you're sitting on the beach with a Bacardi and Coke or something, you know. Let's give him some manly chest hair. Huh? Oh, you know it would be cool if we did the horse's tail with it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get in there and get some of that damn bloody ink. I'll tell you what, let's give I'll tell you what, I can't bear this anymore. I'm going to pour some ink into the lid. There you are. Even pouring into the lid of the jar is better than the actual jar. That's crazy, man. So we're going to give this horse a lovely big curly tail just to match. It kind of makes it fit in with the man more, doesn't it? At least then with the man with his hairy chest and his long beard and his locks, and then we've got a horse with a long flowing tail. That would be really cool. And it's all curly as well. I hope sometimes I watch my videos back and I think, when I'm doing the editing and that, and I think, oh my God, you're so childish. But truth is, I love doing this. I absolutely love drawing with this. Especially when I can get the ink out of the pot. It's quite enjoyable doing all these little scribbles too. What a fabulous tail. Somebody mentioned about my my cover images on my YouTube. Some of the cover images could be kind of more attractive, really. I did do that a while back. I was doing like how to draw videos, and I was kind of making all the, cutting out a picture of me and pasting it onto the picture of the day, the drawing, and then I was writing all the text on it and what. But I didn't really feel like it made any difference. Does it? Please let me know. I'm really curious about it. I would love to know. There we are. I'm going to put my name on it as well just right now because I've got all this ink. I'm really pleased with that one. What do you think? Give me some comments. Give me some feedback. Give me some love. And share to a friend. If you're an arty person and you like this video, send it to somebody. Send it over your best mate and say, "Whoa, check this guy out." I used to love it when my friends used to send me videos of all these different people that they'd seen. These really cool people. Not saying that I'm a cool person, but at least it's different, right? Whatever I'm doing is different. See, that's actually a really lovely ink. It really feels lovely on the page. So if you draw with a very thin pen, go and buy some liquid draw. If you draw with a pen as thick as mine, unless you're going to be pouring it into the lid, and that is my name, Kieron Siemens, and you've been watching me draw a centaur today. Now I've got to try and pour that ink back into the jar now. Ooh. Stupid idea for a jar, that's for sure. So we just need to finish off a couple of let's wipe that down. A couple of more clouds up there just to finish off the drawing, and that is pretty much Today's drawing done. And I have really enjoyed this. Today's word is beast. And this has been Natalie's request for Centaur. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with it. It was so much fun. You know, for me, it's like, it's not so much important about what does the drawing look like in the end. It really is more like, how do I feel when I'm drawing it? And I felt absolutely fantastic today. I have really enjoyed this drawing. With all these little clouds and... Let's just get a little bit more shading in there. Just to help out underneath the leg. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our beast. Our Centaur. The character I would have loved to have grown up to be. I would have loved to have been a horse jumping around going mad all over the place. How much fun would that have been? So, thank you, and thank you, and thank you very much for watching today. I have really enjoyed today's drawing. And with the power of the magic yellow glasses, we have done a drawing for you. And please, subscribe and come back again and watch me draw something else. What will tomorrow's drawing be? Interesting. See you again. Bye-bye.